Hey folks, Rick Berube here with another Facebook Live. Okay, good thing because we're on Facebook, right, Paul? Yeah, we're on Facebook, so it would be bad if it was an Instagram Live since we're on Facebook. All right, so today we are very fortunate from the lovely state of Arizona. Okay, formerly a realtor in the North Scottsdale office, now the manager of the Scottsdale, the Caroline office, Mr. Mike Hurley, ladies and gentlemen. As you can hear, Mike, the studio audience goes crazy.
I like that. That's very, very encouraging. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, and you'll hear more of them, especially if one of us tells a decent joke or something. We even have a little laughing in here too. You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that. Good
All
energy.
right, all right. So I know you have your meeting coming up in a little bit. So we'll make this good, but not too long at the same time. So all right. So tell them a little about yourself. How long you've been doing this? All that good stuff, my man.
Okay, so here we go. Started back in Chicago in '89, believe it or not. I was very intrigued by some of the larger brands like ERA, um, which actually is the reason why I got over to Berkshire after a long journey. So I've been doing this for quite some time.
Mhm.
Um, I was just fascinated by, houses and how the realtor that I met, how he actually did it. I mean, he made it look easy. And
Mhm.
I gravitated through, let's see, ERA Advanced Realty in Chicago for a number of years. I was, top listing agent. I got a number of awards. That was encouraging. I took some time off and came out here in '08 to Arizona. I took a few years off. My wife said, "Hey, why don't you get back into real estate? What are you doing?" I said, "I'm tired. I've been working. I'm shoveling snow before I can show a house in Chicago. I'm stepping over bullet casings. I mean, just all kind of stuff. There's a lot going on." So
Right.
I took some time off, and now I've been on vacation since 2014, selling real estate out here in beautiful sunny Arizona. And I just recently reached some milestones that I was trying to, some goal setting. So I'm happy about that. So I thought I would take a step back, put the sales in the background, and I'm not trying to create some little mini mics, but I want to try to pull out the talent in this office. This is a great office over in Scottsdale. Oh man, I've been here, this is my second week, and the talent is amazing in this office. I am so pleased and honored to be a part of this branch in Scottsdale. So
I love it.
that's it. That's all I have for now. I have to go. No, I'm just joking.
We're already hearing good things, Mike. So good job, good job. And I knew that honestly, when I heard that you were taking the position from Mark, Mark told me. I was like, really? Because I know that you're such a top agent. I was like, wow, that's awesome. He's going to do some good things there because I know if you can help them with the trend, the stuff that you did as an agent. Because we started working together right away. I remember when you first came to the company. It
Oh
was
yeah,
great. Yeah, it was great. It was good stuff. And
I have
you
to
work
thank you for
with
that.
people.
Yeah,
You're not afraid to mix it up, which is good, especially being from
I'm
Chicago.
not exactly. I'll bring it. Yes.
Yeah, being from right outside of Boston, people here that sell real estate, they have no idea. You said a couple key things like showing houses in the snow, shoveling, cleaning up.
Right.
I mean, it's just a whole different ball game out here in lovely Arizona or Nevada or even California. All the markets.
Yes.
It's a lot easier. Like there are actually 4 more months of the year because without the snow, it makes it a lot easier, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's lovely.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so tell us about I know that you went through a little of your production and so forth. But give us some give me a couple of thoughts about your management. Like, what are you seeing in there? I know you said there's a lot of talent, but what are you seeing? What do you hope to get done in there?
Well, my goal is, these offices that we manage are very successful. I mean, we're like the cream of the crop in at Berkshire Hathaway, so we have a high standard, a high expectation to the public eye. But as I look at these individuals, it's disappointing that maybe they haven't received the opportunity like I did. I had the opportunity in 2014. One of the top agents said, "Hey, I think you'd be good in my luxury open house." I'm like, "Really? Okay." So I tried it and I liked it. It was a little bit more square footage, a few more zeros, but um, it worked out. And so I want to put these some of these talented agents in environments where they can see who they are and really know what their capabilities are. And so I'm really good at pulling that out of people with questions and just kind of monitoring what they're doing. I go around the office and say, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that?" Someone told me they were doing expireds. I'm like, there are no expireds right now. If you can't sell a house in this market I mean, how bad did you suck as an agent? Or how awful was that house? So I was like, don't do that. We'll take that energy and we'll focus it on something else, you know. So that's kind of what I'm about. I just want to increase our bottom line. I want people to thrive and be successful, as successful as they can be.
Right, right, and they have goals, and because right now, like in my coaching as well, right now, and I have a bunch of people in that office that I also coach as well, so it'll be great. We can tag team them, but
Absolutely.
this is business planning time of the year, right? This is the time to do your business
Yes.
next year.
Yes, because this year's done. We're finished. We're into the first quarter of next year. That's what we're talking about right now. Right.
Right. It's
Yeah.
kind of like you're on a bicycle and you've been pedaling and you're downhill and you're going to, that momentum or lack of it, if you haven't been doing what you're supposed to be doing, will help you finish your year this year. But really, we're on to, as Bill Belichick would say, we're on the 2022.
Yes. I figure like if it's not done by say November 10th, you can hang it up. You're done.
Right. Yeah. So I got to tell you my new saying now. Remember last year was getting it done in 2021. Right.
Okay.
And then it was, I want to make more money in 2020. Now, this year, the year before, this year it's what's possible for you in 2022.
I like that. That's
You're
good
like,
stuff.
hey, you can
All
use it.
positive.
You can use it.
Thank you. I'll pay
I'm
you
giving
later.
you okay, so market conditions are incredible. I mean, it's the highest average sale price ever where you are. You guys, okay, Scottsdale was the number one appreciating market, okay, at 32.3% per our extraordinaire stat man, who's never wrong, okay,
Hmm.
Forrest Barbie. Excuse me. So, what do you see as okay? So, I want to maximize 2022 and see what's possible for me in 2022. What do you see as some really viable options for some of these agents?
Well, one thing I found out, I was looking at some of the stats and I was looking at like the overall stats, like just comparing like September of this year to last year, and sales were down, listings were down. However, our office did $6.2 million more through the 22nd of October than they did last year.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Like, how is that even possible? Because this office is relentless. They just they just go out and do it, and they're using the tools that Berkshire Hathaway has to offer. So I push that a lot because there are a lot of tools that we have that other offices don't have,
Hmm.
and I just want to make sure the agents are using those tools because they're really good, especially on the listing side, as well as the buyer side. We have tools that people can really utilize to make them successful.
Well, okay. So, as a coach for 25 years, here's what I've learned. Okay, what you just said is absolutely 100% true. Sales listings down a little bit, but commission dollars are up. And let me tell you, that's what I call it high average sale price disease. When the prices go up at an unconscious level, they know they can do a little less and still make the same or more. So a lot of them take that option, unfortunately, and that's exactly what you just described,
Hmm.
right? So we got to keep them,
Absolutely.
keep them hungry, keep them motivated to, because that's why we like to talk transactions and not just commission dollars. Because yeah, I mean, you guys, I mean, are am I better or has the market just gotten a lot better to have me? You know what I'm saying? So that's something we got to
Right.
look at.
Well, I was going to mention this too, Rick. You know, when the sales could be down, but they're down for some people, but they're up for a lot of people. Some people are
Yeah,
having their best year ever, and then it's because people are also hungry. If there's no listings, people are doing things that maybe they wouldn't have done before. You got veteran agents maybe knocking on doors, or actually picking up the phone and calling somebody that they know. Say, hey, how you doing? We just went through a pandemic. We're still in it. Are you doing okay? You don't have to talk
right.
about real estate. Just pick up the phone and call someone and engage them, and they'll be glad to hear from you. That's where all the business is.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Making reaching out, it's a people business, and to stay, conversing and talking and checking in and all that stuff. And I agree. Door knocking, calling, all of that is critically important. Well, maybe I should tell you. Okay, as an agent, okay, because I know that you got to get to your meeting here. So, as an agent, let's say this. Okay,
Hmm.
so in order to get from where you were to where you were, I mean, you had a very successful real estate sales career. Tell them like the top three most important things that you would tell them to focus on as an agent to maximize this thing called real estate.
Huh. Okay. Well, one of the things
You can do
I tell
more.
people, Well, one of the things is that really important. You have to embrace the fact that you are the trusted advisor.
Right.
People look to you for the biggest decision they're ever going to make in their life. For some people, and so that's why I love my clients. I love other realtors because other realtors sell my listings.
Mhm.
So you have to let people feel like you really, really appreciate them. And you can't work with everyone,
Mhm.
but we'll get into that another time. The second thing is you like trust your instinct.
Right.
You have to trust your instinct. I don't have a third one. I think those two are okay, hopefully.
So okay, okay, so when you say what I'm hearing, there you can hear that, right? So what I'm hearing you say is that when you say okay, your trust, love your client, trust. In other words, it's the golden rule on steroids. You want them to feel like they're the only thing going right now. All right, you're 100%. You've
Yes,
listened to them, which is very unique for a salesperson, and you're helping them achieve exactly what they want to achieve.
absolutely.
Right.
They have to
Okay.
feel appreciated because, like I said, this I feel sorry for the consumer because how difficult is it for a consumer to decide what realtor they want to use? So if you chose me out of about 10,000 realtors in Arizona, I am honored to serve you, to work for you, to help you make that decision and hold your hand along the way.
That's a great attitude. That's a great attitude. And by the way, you did give three, and I want to cover that one really quick, which is you can't work with anybody, with everybody. I agree with that. Okay, you can't work with everybody, but tell me a little bit about what you mean by that.
Well, sometimes you're not going to click with everyone. And number two, one of the most important thing is if you promise someone you're going to call them back, they don't expect to hear from you in 24 hours. They're talking about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, a reasonable time frame that you can control. So you can't have 20 buyers and 18 listings. You know, you have to work within a time frame, keep the guardrails up so that you can, deliver what you promised. That's very important. That's how you
Right.
get repeat business.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Under promise and over deliver versus over
Yes.
under deliver, which is what most agents do. See, the great thing, and you mentioned it earlier too, Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire, and I know I'm a company guy, but I'm a company guy on purpose. Like, I love this company. I think well, first off, Mark Stark, and then when Warren Buffett bought Prudential and turned it into Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, I was like, now that is a home run combination that I am proud to be part of. Just like you said, 10,000 agents, you picked me. Wow, I am very honored. Okay, and I will help you through the whole process. That attitude of gratitude and the attitude, I mean, take a pride into it is amazing, and it's completely noticeable. Okay, by your customers and
Hmm.
clients. Would you agree?
Absolutely. They'll pick up on that. I would
Yeah.
tell people sometimes the authenticity and transparency is what people look for. I used to go knock on doors and I would purposely clear my mind and not know what I was going to say. So that when I spoke to them, they know that it was me, Mike Hurley talking, not some commission breath realtor. And that's the part that people pick up on. That's what separated me from other individuals. And I can actually teach that.
Right. That's great. That's what I try to work with the managers on too with recruiting is, have a roadmap, but then just listen. You have a script, you have things you're going to say, open-ended questions, but then listen and they will take you in the way that you need to go. And you want to do like 30% of the talking and let them do most
Right.
of it. That's how you let people know that, you don't have to do all the talking to control the conversation. Okay. You can lead it in certain directions by the questions you ask, but you want them to do most of the talking. Would you agree?
That is absolutely right because you can make a mistake, you can say the wrong thing, and you can say something that you shouldn't have said if you had listened first because you probably wouldn't have said that.
Right. Yeah, that's why it's so important agents, right, to know their
Right.
goals. The other thing is if they and you said this earlier too, is if they just used the company tools, because Berkshire Hathaway, all the tools are so consumer centric, all right, that they just make you look good. And if you follow it, okay, you're getting the customer and client what they need in the time they want, and so forth, which is obviously the goal for most of us, I would hope.
That's true. And I was going to switch gears for a minute. We did a career fair the other day, and I was wondering why everyone kept walking up to our table. And it's like they were just attracted to the Berkshire Hathaway logo. And they were like, we know this company. I said, well, just imagine if that was on your name tag. You know how successful you'd be at the door? You go
Yeah.
to the door, you have a Berkshire Hathaway name tag, and people go, oh, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett. Why don't you come in? Why don't you take a look around instead of, oh my God, who is this at my door? So it's a very welcoming, logo brand that is recognizable. Of course, we're the third most admired Fortune 500 company in the world. Kind of helps.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, and I always tell people too. I call him Uncle Warren, even though I've never met Warren Buffett. But I call him Uncle Warren, and I always say he's one of those unique individuals because most people that are that successful, and there's only a few of them, half the world
Right.
loves him, the other half the world hates him. He's one of those unique people that you. I've never found anybody that said, Warren Buffett, I can't stand that guy. I've never found anybody. That's why it's a unique combination. Really successful, yet at the same time, most people absolutely love him. Even in Nevada, where he owns part of the power companies, you can't find somebody that dislikes him.
That's true. I have never heard a bad thing about him.
That's right, my man. All right, any final words you want to leave these wonderful people?
Um, Hey, if you're looking for a career change, if you need some guidance, we actually do training here in this Scottsdale branch of North Scottsdale. We could get a phone number out to you. You can call me directly on my cell phone and reach out to me, and I will give you some guidance.
You can even give him your cell phone if you want. Go right ahead.
Yes, 480-650-7804. That is my cell phone number. You can call me, text me. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's on your mind. See how I can help.
Direct line to Mike Hurley, ladies and gentlemen.
Direct line.
All right, my man. Well, thank you very. I'm sure. I already know. The question is how far you're going to take that office. I know you're going to do absolutely wonderful. Your first meeting that you're doing is today. So get over there,
Yes,
get organized. I'm sure you already are, though. Thank you very much for taking your time out today, my man. And
my
I look forward
pleasure.
to working with you.
Thanks for having me. I look forward to it, Rick.
All right,
Okay.
my man. Talk to you soon.
Bye. Bye now.
Bye bye.